All right, President Trump cutting federal funding from universities that don't align with his administration's policies. Princeton is among the latest institution to face financial penalties, losing $4 million over money related to climate research. Cornell and Northwestern also reportedly getting their budgets slashed at a much higher level, with the government pausing nearly $2 billion with a B dollars in federal funds. The Trump administration telling Fox News the money was frozen in connection with several ongoing credible and concerning Title VI investigations.
Those numbers will get your attention. Host of Fox Nation's Reality Check with David Webb and Fox News contributor David Webb joins us now. David, as if on cue, of course, the left is screaming that important research will grind to a halt and all of us will suffer as a result. What's your reaction to that?
They should all head out to the diner near Princeton, sit down and cry in their eggs this morning. The fact is, these universities with monumental endowments already have the ability to carry out the research they did before the government graft that was being given to them, and they can still do that. If they have legitimate public-private partnerships with a government agency to do a specific type of research, then that's legitimate. But just handing them money for all of these programs that, you know, literally make no sense, provide no scientific enlightenment, is what's been going on. It feeds the university. They build the endowments. They increase the tuition for the kids. They literally are taking money from every corner they can and not giving the people a return on their investment. And frankly, we don't need to give them that money. The government needs to pull it back. They need to educate children. And if there's some research, then we can look at it in a targeted fashion. But enough.
Okay, so, David, Democrats are currently in search of a leader of their party, and maybe not the leader, but somebody who's getting a lot of attention right now is Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Take a listen to some of her recent comments regarding illegal immigration and why she feels it is necessary, and then President Trump talking about her rising star. Watch this.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
How about this new one they have, their new star, Crockett? How about her? If that's their new star, they're in serious trouble.
Okay, so what do you think about her comments, David, and the president's reaction to her?
Yeah, look, this woman's a complete fraud. Either she's a complete fraud or she was a fraud when she went to her private school at $35,000 a year or whatever the final cost was, to Rhodes at over $55,000 a year, and now she's pretending to be a hood rat. Look, I don't like Sheila Jackson Lee, but at least she came from the 5th Ward in Houston. And while we disagreed on politics, she came from a truly poor and crime-ridden neighborhood, and that was part of her district. Jasmine Crockett is a performative politician. She's a fraud. And if Democrats want to follow her, I say go ahead. I want you to follow her down that path, because Democrat deconstruction and destruction of the party is okay with those of us who are sick of this. And, you know, when I leave here, I'm not going to go look for a cotton field or all of these other things she claims that blacks are not doing anymore or that illegal aliens will do. She just lies to promote herself. And because of her, the party will fall even further.
It's going to be fascinating to watch, because you have her, of course, you have AOC, and you have Bernie Sanders, kind of a number of generations all, you know, espousing the same message. Is this where the Democrat Party goes from here? Based upon the last few months, it looks like they are, and that is, I think, befuddling to everybody. David Webb, never befuddling to us.
Well, whether you're communist or idiotic, you're dangerous either way. So let them be dangerous to the Democrat Party. We have real issues in America to address.
David Webb, thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.